let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit about leaf blowers. I have three of them. I've got this Husqvarna 150 BT. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a backpack blower. Does a really good job. It's pretty powerful for cheap entry level backpack blower. It's like 270 mile an hour, 765 CFM cubic feet per minute. Uh, Really good blower. Kind of a pain in the butt to deal with sometimes, but it's fairly powerful. Then I have this smaller handheld Husqvarna 125 BV, and it's considerably less powerful. 450 CFM and 125 mile an hour, something like that, or in that ballpark. Actually, I think it's 425 CFM. But these two blowers aren't the issue. It's this DeWalt DCBL 722. I love this blower. It is supposedly stronger than this blower, not by much. I don't really see an electric blower being stronger than a gas blower, two-stroke. But supposedly this one is, and this one's 425 CFM, and this is 450 is what it's rated at. And well, I'm having an issue with it. As you can see, I can pull the trigger and nothing happens. We have a good battery. I will put this battery in a different tool just to make sure, but it is a good battery. Okay, so here we are. We'll put this battery in the drill. Drill works just fine. Blower does not. So what we'll do is we'll attempt to take this apart and repair it. If it works, great. And if we can't fix it, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right, so we're going to start by taking these little torque screws out. T15. This table, these tables, sawhorses actually. I use these for just about everything. Not real good for keeping track of small parts because there's holes in the sawhorses, and these little small parts can fall to the floor and bounce around anywhere. Wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and take that battery out. Also, let's see how this thing comes out. I think you gotta, I've never done this before. You have to get a smaller screwdriver to unlock this tube. See if this does it. And it does. Okay. So there's a little unlock symbol in there. You stick your screwdriver in there and pry up on the lever. There's a little lever. You can kind of see it there. You pry it up and it unclips the tube. And so now you can see some wires and the turbine, propeller, impeller. I don't know what they call that. There are a million screws in this thing, I believe. Well, we need a longer bit. Okay, so going from a short T15 to a longer T15. And we may need a magnet. So we had 2 more screws, 3 more screws that I can see. Unless we have to take these 4 out also. Gonna try to get away with not doing that. But I do hope I can fix this little blower, because I use it for everything, blowing off the sidewalk, the driveway. I blow out the garage with it, so we have dogs, and dog hair gets everywhere. And I blow off my lawnmowers. I don't know if that's a Torx. Yep, it is. So I have to take that one out to get this apart. I don't. Do not. You gotta watch all these little tiny parts. Oh, we got a bug living in here. Little stink bug. Got a spring on this. All right, what are we looking at here? So we have a power coming in, positive and negative. It looks like the negative I believe this is just a connection. And then we have another on the positive, another. Yeah, that's just a connector. And then we've got these wires. So more screws to take out. All of these connections look good. Put our battery back on. Still no juice, no power. Let's look at these connections in here to the motor. The motor spins freely. Now, I am not an electronics guy, but I do tend to play with electricity when I shouldn't. Let's try it again. Okay. So we have a board here. I'm not exactly sure what that does for us, but it does relay some messages of some type. Probably motor speed and this right here looks a little loose. And it was loose. I don't think that's the culprit. So this is this same wiring harness. We'll unplug our battery again. Do not see any corrosion. So I've got this contact cleaner that I'm going to spray on these connections just in case. I don't think there's any corrosion, but also my eyes are not the best. And I'll drop my straw. And I might need to get a torch tip cleaner to clean the female plug out, possibly. I don't see anything, but man, these hoses are really tiny. I don't know how well you can see that, but they are tiny. Spray a little cleaner in there. I'm not going to spray it on the middle end. Let's get a meter and make sure we're getting power. Okay, so I have our meter. Put it on volts DC. I tell you what, before we do that, let's check our continuity. So we'll put it on ohms. I'm not real sure which one is the positive. So that's the positive. So we're getting continuity to here. Let's try on the positive side. Getting continuity to here. Well, that tells me our switch is working. So our switch is, the positive is going straight to the switch. So of course we're going to get continuity there unless the wire is broken. The switch is normally closed, so we're not going to get continuity until we open the switch. Now we have continuity. So let's try the other side of this connection. And then trying to stab the wire without stabbing my finger. At work I have what they call piercing leads, which would come in very handy right now. Let's try where the positive goes into the motor. Well, it would help if our lead was connected. It also helps if you have like 4 or 5 hands. That is very helpful. Okay, so when I open or close the switch, we have continuity to the motor. Try our negative side. If you'd like some tips on how to use a multimeter, just let me know, send me an email or leave a comment in the video, and I'll get some materials together and do a demonstration on how to use a multimeter, and hopefully I can teach you something from that video. So our switch is working. Okay, so we'll go to volts. Put our other lead in here. All right, so there's our 20 volts. I feel like our motor's burnt. Feel like our motor's burnt. As a matter of fact, smells a little burnt. I've got it all back together. Still doesn't work, but I thought, well, maybe if I put it back together, it might jar something or whatnot. But I'm pretty confident that either the motor is burnt up or the motherboard, circuitry that's on top of the motor. One of those is burnt up because something did smell like burnt electronics inside there. I was just hoping maybe I could salvage it. You win some, you lose some. Don't ever be afraid to take things apart and try to make repairs before you throw them out. Because I was just going to throw this out. And, you know, if I fixed it, great. If I didn't, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And that's kind of how I do things. Before I throw it away, I'll see if I can fix it. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Who knows what we'll repair? We'll see you next time. And who knows what we'll see you next time. And who knows what we'll repair.